So here's the pot that we're going to replant today. Over here we got some kiwi aeoniums. This one I'm not quite sure if it's not an echeveria, I know that for a fact. This is a Doris Taylor, very fuzzy, very cute, very big fan of that one. We've got this huge aeonium that's gotten way bigger than I anticipated it to be and had lots of seal damage, so we're probably going to cut that all the way back and just kind of plant it nice and low. We have another little echeveria, I think it's called like a Dondo echeveria. We have more of this guy over here. Basically this whole thing has just gotten huge. Way bigger than anticipated. Here's another. On the back side over here we have some. This is echeverias that don't like frost. He frosted pretty good. He's going to the nursery to think about his life, and hopefully, I don't know if you can see it, but he's got some little babies growing there so he can hang out in the nursery. There's another little, not quite sure what that is. It's a problem sometimes of getting things at swap meets. You have no idea what they are. This is a little copper spoon, who hasn't really done very well in this pot. This plant I planted back in October, so he's really overgrown. This little gnome area is where I had everything was lower than this. So we're gonna plant it all back down nice and low and have a lot of fun. Okay. Hey everyone. So today we're going to repot this plant. First thing we're gonna do is take everything out so we can just kind of start from a clean slate. So I have my cute little, I love gnomes, I think they're super cute. Here's my little gnome guy. And then we're just gonna take, I also have rocks in here that, I live in San Diego, so it's kind of close to the beachish. Well, they're 20 minutes inland. And I love going down to the beach and collecting a bunch of rocks to use in all of my arrangements. And you don't really need to worry about roots. With succulents, they're pretty hardy. I'm not actually going to be like cutting anything up per se for the most part, but I don't really need to sit and dig everything out and keep all the roots because they'll be okay. I'm going to grab my, to make it a little easier. And now I'm just going to kind of mix up my old dirt, switch it around. I'm not really going to put any new soil in here. I'm just going to kind of rotate it and get some of the older soil from the bottom back up to the top. Since succulents don't really have a huge root system, they probably never even went down to the very bottom. And this is a pretty deep pot, so I'm just going to get some of the older stuff up to the top and just kind of give it some new life. Okay, so now we got it all nice and clean, and we're going to replant. I have some other plants to put in there because some of them kind of died, got a little leggy, and I want to get some new looks. Okay. Hey everyone, it's the following day. Was planning on doing this yesterday, but it got too dark, so we're going to finish it up today. So we're just going to finish potting this up. I have my little gnome that I'm going to have as be the center point. He's going to be kind of up higher, and then everything else is just going to be down low below it. And we'll just be creative and have some fun and see how this goes. Okay. So first I'm going to build this up a little higher, so I'm going to add some more dirt. And then I have a bunch of rocks that I collect down at the beach down in Imperial Beach that I like to go down there. So I want to kind of do all like purples, and I'm going to do mostly all of my purple succulents. So I think I'm just going to go through and pick out any rocks that have like a pinkish purplish hues and go from there. Okay, so now that I have my area kind of built up, I'm just going to put some rocks around here. Kind of build a little mountain. And then I think I'm going to add some more dirt. subsilius echeverias. Really cute blue. This little pretty one is Pearl von Nuremberg. Very cute. I'm sure some of you guys are a little concerned about just cutting succulents off and just sticking them in bare roots. Obviously, if you live somewhere where it gets lots of rain, you don't want to do this. You want to let this, you know, harden off, and so it's sealed and it's safe. In San Diego, we don't really have that problem. We don't really get much rain. We don't really get much weather. I'm not going to water this, of course, probably for a week or so and just give it time to do this, but you can just pluck them in. They're perfectly fine. Like I said, obviously if you live somewhere where you get more rain than we do here, then you might want to wait a little bit, but here it's perfectly fine. Those pretty, all kinds of little guys in there. So I changed my mind, decided I don't like this guy in here after all. I'm just gonna pull him on out, and I'm gonna put these in here instead. There we go, voila. So I tend to like actually giving some of my succulents space, but they actually like to be close together, and I think echeverias look really cool and kind of whimsical when they're all just kind of stuffed in there. So this is going to be a very stuffed pot. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to probably find some more littler rocks to kind of tuck in between and get this a nice finished look. But that's pretty much it. We'll get it all nice and clean and pretty. Another thing I like about using rocks is it does hold in the moisture, so it just kind of keeps them from all the moisture evaporating out of them. You don't have to water them as often. Okay, so we're all done with our arrangement. Now we're gonna go take all of our little cuttings left that we have left over. We've got these, where we just chopped off the heads basically, and I'm gonna put them all in the nursery, and they're going to resprout. A good high percentage of them will just make little babies right from the ends of here. They'll make shoots off of this, so then you can reuse them later for other arrangements.